Homesteaders, if you're about to start your poultry project on a tight budget, you face the most important decision. Do you invest in the maximum efficiency of the commercial layer, or the resilience and economy of the humble heritage chicken? This isn't just a breed debate, this is a business decision. The choice you make today will define whether your project generates fast profits or sinks under the weight of operational costs. For this reason, today we're pitting these two titans against each other. On one side, we have the egg-laying machine. I'm talking about the high-production hybrid chickens, genetically optimized for quantity. On the other, we have the survivor, the rustic, adaptable bird that gives us a low-cost premium product. We will define how truly feasible a low-budget project is, and which of these birds best suits that vision of sustainability. The goal is clear: minimize fixed expenses and maximize profitability from day one. By the end of this video, you will have a definitive verdict, point by point, based on profitability and logistics. We will analyze everything from the chick's price and feed costs to its breeding capacity and disease resistance. If your goal is to have a profitable, long-lasting poultry project without investing in complex technology, this is the most valuable information you will find. Let's get started. The heritage chicken, or backyard chicken, is not a single breed. It's the result of natural selection over generations. It is a rustic bird with varied appearance, perfectly adapted to local climates and foraging conditions. It is known as a great dual-purpose bird, providing both eggs and superior flavored meat, although its production is slower. In contrast, the high-production layer, like the Isa Brown or Highline, is a hybrid genetically selected by the industry. Its sole mission is maximum lay rate with efficient feed conversion. They are biological machines that turn feed into the highest possible number of eggs, which makes them indispensable in modern industrial poultry farming. Understanding this difference in origin is fundamental. The heritage chicken is designed by nature to survive on less, while the commercial layer is designed by man to produce high volumes, but with total dependence on specific management and feed. For an entrepreneur on a tight budget, the initial cost is the first major hurdle. The value of a heritage chicken chick is considerably lower in most local markets, or it can be acquired through hatching backyard eggs, making the initial expense virtually nil. This allows you to start a flock of approximately 20 to 50 pullets with a minimal capital investment. On the other hand, purchasing day-old chicks from a high-production line through a certified supplier entails a higher initial expense. Although the investment may be justified by the pullet's future yield, the price per unit is notably higher, and in many cases, you may be required to buy a minimum number of birds, which elevates the startup capital needed for the same number of birds. In short, if your budget is very tight, the heritage bird offers an almost non-existent barrier to entry. It allows you to scale the project progressively, using the first birds for breeding and gradually increasing the flock, something the commercial layer doesn't facilitate due to its cost and purchase logistics. But the maintenance cost doesn't end there. Feed is the largest fixed cost in any poultry project. Heritage chickens stand out for their incredible foraging ability. They are genetically programmed to find their own food: insects, seeds, grasses, and garden scraps, achieving high self-sufficiency. This self-sufficiency translates directly into savings on commercial feed, which can be reduced to a low-cost supplement. This minimizes financial risk if the price of concentrated feed rises, or if there are supply problems, a common scenario in unstable economies. In contrast, the commercial layer is a high-performance machine that requires high-quality, perfectly balanced feed to reach its laying quota, which is approximately 300 eggs a year. If the diet drops in quality, their output falls drastically, meaning the homesteader is always at the mercy of feed costs, making the project less flexible during economic downturns. Furthermore, the heritage chicken, having evolved under natural selective pressure, possesses an unmatched genetic resilience against many common diseases and parasites. Their immune system is strong and adapted to their local environment. This strength translates into lower veterinary expenses and a low mortality rate in the flock. For the low-budget homesteader, this is crucial, as a health outbreak in heritage birds is usually less catastrophic than in industrial flocks, which are more susceptible to infections due to their high level of production stress. Commercial layers, being genetically optimized for extreme production, sacrifice part of their immune system. They are more sensitive to heat stress, handling stress, and crowding, requiring strict biosecurity protocols, vaccines, and preventative medicines, which significantly increase the budget. Another big difference is the logistics of space. The heritage chicken is ideal for the backyard or free-range system, as its natural foraging instinct is enhanced by open space. This allows the homesteader to significantly reduce infrastructure costs, needing only a basic, safe night shelter from predators. Investment in high-density cages or coops can be minimal. Open space is its best ally, and its adaptation to alternative systems, floor or semi-confinement, is excellent, perfect for the low-budget family farm model. Commercial layers, to achieve their maximum yield, are ideally managed in controlled systems, barns or cages. Although this isn't mandatory, yield drops if they are stressed by inadequate housing. The need for specific feeders, waterers, and ventilation elevates the infrastructure cost beyond the reach of a very low-budget startup. Here's the key to self-sustainability. The heritage chicken maintains its broody or maternal instinct intact. This is perhaps its greatest asset for the budget-conscious entrepreneur, as the hen herself becomes your free, self-sustaining incubator. The benefit is twofold. The heritage hen not only incubates and hatches chicks without the cost of electricity or equipment, but also protects and cares for them during the first, most vulnerable weeks of life, increasing the survival rate. Commercial layers, Isa Brown, Lohman, or Highline, are genetically modified to eliminate the maternal instinct. This is vital for the industry, as a broody hen stops laying eggs. However, in a small project, it means the only way to get new pullets is to constantly buy them or invest in an incubator, which skyrockets the cost of flock growth. Now let's look at the numbers. Egg yield is where the commercial layer shines and marks its great advantage. They are capable of consistently producing between 280 and 320 eggs per year at their peak production. This quantity guarantees a constant, predictable volume, essential for supplying a wholesale market. The heritage chicken, on the other hand, has a markedly lower production, oscillating between 100 and 150 eggs per year, and their laying is usually seasonal, concentrating in the warm months of spring and summer. If your business goal is to maximize pure volume for sale to supermarkets or large clients, the commercial lines are unbeatable. However, the low-budget homesteader must consider that the commercial layer's high yield depends on its high maintenance cost. But volume isn't everything. The heritage chicken egg has earned a high-value niche market in many regions of South America and the US. It is labeled as farm eggs, organic eggs, or backyard eggs, and the consumer is willing to pay a premium price per unit, sometimes up to double the price of the industrial egg. This value is based on the perception that the hen has a more natural life and a diverse diet, which translates into a better-tasting egg and an intense yolk color. This allows the low-budget homesteader to generate good revenue with a low volume. The commercial layer egg is a standard commodity product. Its value is fixed and low, as it competes on price with massive industrial production. Although produced in large quantities, the profit margin per unit is significantly lower than that of the heritage egg. But not all premium eggs are equal. For the homesteader looking to differentiate their product and increase the profit margin per unit, colored eggs are the key. We are talking about specific chickens, often heritage or specialized breeds like Americanas, Olive Eggers, or Morans, that lay green, blue, or deep chocolate eggs. This niche is considered a gourmet exclusivity and can double or triple the price of the regular heritage egg. Heritage chickens often carry the genetics that allow for these colors. The low maintenance cost of the heritage bird, combined with the high selling price of its colored egg, offers an unmatched profit margin per egg in a low-budget project. It's a smart way to compete not on volume but on added value and rarity. In contrast, the commercial layer only produces standard white or brown eggs, with no added value from color. Therefore, the path to high-volume revenue is closed to the small-scale homesteader, while the heritage bird, with just a few birds of the right genetics, opens the door to a luxury market that doesn't require large initial infrastructure investments. Moving beyond the world of colored eggs, let's analyze the total value of the bird. The heritage chicken is the true champion of the dual purpose. Once it finishes its laying life, 3 to 4 years, its meat is highly valued in rustic cooking, offering an intense flavor and a firm texture. This meat is a significant residual income for the low-budget project, as it sells at a good price in the local market as farm-raised hen meat. The commercial layer is inefficient for meat. Its body is small, and its meat is tough once it passes the first year of production. This means that at the end of its cycle, the bird has little or no commercial value for consumption, being sold at a very low cost for culling or byproducts. The heritage chicken is perfectly adapted to the climatic fluctuations of its region, whether extreme heat or moderate cold. Its plumage and constitution allow it to handle thermal stress with ease, maintaining stable general health. This resilience reduces losses due to stress and climate-induced diseases. The homesteader doesn't need to invest in expensive cooling or heating systems. The high production layer suffers greatly under heat or cold stress. Excessive heat can completely paralyze laying, and cold requires strict nutritional management. Investment in controlling the environment is mandatory if you want to maintain the promised yield. Now, let's talk about business liquidity. The The heritage chicken has a distinct liquidity advantage. Demand for the live bird or fertile egg is very high in local or family markets, and the product sells quickly. This allows the entrepreneur to recoup the initial investment faster. Its sales are not limited to eggs, but also include the live bird for breeding, offering multiple revenue streams. Furthermore, direct sales to consumers looking for natural products are easy and constant. The commercial layer sells almost exclusively for its eggs or as a young pullet. Once culled, sales are slow and at a very low price. Commercialization is based on volume, which can be difficult for a small project to manage. And for those just starting out, which is easier to handle, the heritage chicken is much more forgiving of a beginner's mistakes. Its flexible diet, natural resilience, and ability to forage reduce the impact of failures in management or feeding. Caring for the heritage chicken does not require advanced technical knowledge or expensive equipment for measuring temperature or humidity, making the project less intimidating. The commercial layer is unforgiving. A mistake in the diet, a lapse in biosecurity, or a temperature change is immediately reflected in a drop in laying, which can quickly demotivate the inexperienced homesteader operating on a tight budget. After all this analysis, the verdict is clear. The heritage chicken is the undisputed winner for starting a poultry project on a low budget. Its low dependence on commercial feed, the absence of reproduction costs, no incubator needed, and its great hardiness make it the safer option. Although the egg yield may be lower, the low initial investment and minimal operating costs ensure that the profit margin is stable and the financial risk is low. If your goal is to have a sustainable, flexible, and resilient project against economic and climatic crises, the heritage bird is the way to go. If, on the contrary, your goal is the maximum production of standardized eggs and you have guaranteed capital for feed, the commercial layer is the only option. Its yield of 300 eggs per hen is unbeatable. The homesteader must understand that this is a different business model, a volume model. It requires discipline in feeding, biosecurity, and environmental control. In this case, the commercial layer generates the highest gross revenue, but it requires much higher initial investment and fixed costs. So what is the best strategy? The best long-term approach is a hybrid system that leverages the strengths of both. Use heritage hens for the natural reproduction of your flock, hatching their eggs and those of other breeds, and for selling niche meat. Incorporate commercial layers only when the project grows and you have secured the capital to purchase concentrated feed. Use the layers for the volume of eggs that will give you constant cash flow. The heritage chicken is the foundation of a low-budget project, and the commercial layer is the expansion for mass production. Start with the heritage bird to secure the economic base, and then diversify. Here you have it, homesteaders. The battle between the heritage chicken and the commercial layer is not just a choice of breeds, it's a choice of business philosophy. The commercial layer promises maximum quantity at the cost of high dependency, ideal for large operations. But if your project is about sustainability, low startup costs, and self-sufficiency, the heritage bird wins because of its resilience and ability to be its own incubator. Start with the heritage bird, establish your firm base, and then, if the market demands it, consider incorporating the volume of the commercial layer. And you, fellow homesteader, which one are you sticking with to start? Heritage or commercial layer? Leave your opinion and experience in the comments below. If this analysis helped you make a decision, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with other poultry entrepreneurs. See you at the coop. To your success, fellow breeder, until next time.